This video will explain how to factor a trinomial using the Xbox method. So how does the Xbox method really work? First, you're going to multiply a times c, and you're going to put that at the top of your x. You're going to put b at the bottom of your x, and then in your box you're going to put your a x squared term at the top, your c term on your bottom right, and then the two factors that you determine will go into the other two boxes. You're going to find the factors that are in common in each row and column, and these will end up being the factors of your polynomial. This polynomial, as we know, is a quadratic polynomial. So let's look at the x box with real numbers. First of all, in our equation x squared plus 3x plus 2, let's identify your a's and b's. So your a is equal to 1, b is equal to 3, and c is equal to 2. We're going to multiply a times c, that's going to give you 2. Your b is 3, that goes at the bottom. Now we want to find two numbers that multiply to give you 2 and add to give you 3. So those are 2 and 1, and we're going to put an x there. So now we're going to put our x squared term in our top left and our c term in our bottom right. The other two, we're going to put our 2x in one and the 1x in the other. It doesn't matter which one you put them in, you'll always get the same answer. Now we're going to look for our common factors within each row and column. Looking at this first column, x squared and 1x, the common factor is x. Looking at the second column, 2x and 2, the common factor is a positive 2. Looking at the first row, x squared and 2x, the common factor again is x. And looking at the bottom row, 1x and 2, the common factor is 1. So our factors of this polynomial is x plus 2 times x plus 1. Okay, so let's check our answer. Let's change color so that we can make it look nice. So, using the distributive property in the FOIL method, x times x is x squared, x times 1 is x, 2 times x is 2x, 2 times 1 is positive 2. That gives you x squared plus 3x plus 2. Checks out. Let's try another one. We're factoring x squared plus 3x minus 4. In this case, let's go back to our red. A is equal to 1. B again is equal to 3, and C is equal to negative 4. So we're going to multiply 1 times the negative 4, we get a negative 4. We find two numbers that multiply to give you negative 4 and add to give you 3. We can just list our factors of negative 4. 1 times a negative 4, that gives you negative 4, but it adds to a negative 3. 4 times a negative 1, that gives you a negative 4, and it adds to a positive 3. So that looks good. So we're going to put our b down at the bottom of our box, and our new factors become positive 4x and negative x. So we put these in our box. Again, the x squared goes in the top left, the c goes in the bottom right. Our new numbers, 4x and x, negative x, does not matter which one, you just put them in the remaining boxes. Now let's find the common factors. The common factors in the first row, first column, are x. The common factors in the second column is 4. The common factors in the first row is x. The common factors in the second one is -1. So our factors become x minus 4 plus 4 and x minus 1. Checking our work, change our ink color. Using the distributive property, x times x is x squared, x times -1, negative x, 4 times x is 4x, 4 times -1 is a -4, that gives you x squared plus 3x minus 4. Check. Now let's try another one, now that we have found our factors. This time a is not equal to 1, it is equal to 3. So a is equal to 3, b is equal to -17, and c is equal to 10. So we multiply 3 times 10 and we get 30 for our AC position. B is a -17. And we have to find our factors. So we need to find two numbers that multiply to give you 30 and add to give you a value of -17. Well, let's look at the factors of 30. 5 times 6 gives you 30, but those don't add up to 17. A -5 times a -6 gives you 30, but that also doesn't add up to -17. What about 15 times 2? That adds up to 17, but it doesn't give you, and it also doesn't give you a -17. But a -15 times -2 also gives you a -17. So we're going to have -15x and -2x. Again, let's fill out our box. First term goes always in the top left. The last term goes in the bottom right. And then our new numbers, -2x and -15x. So let's find the common factors. First column, the common factors between 3x and -15 is going to be 3x. Common factors between -2x and +10 would be a -2. Common factors between 3x squared and 2x is x. And the common factors between -15x and 10 would be a -5. So our factors become 3x minus 2 and x minus 5. Checking our work. Let's go back to another ink color. 3x times x is 3x squared. 3x times 15 is a -15x. A -2 times x is a -2x. And a -2 times a -5 is a +10. Combining like terms, 3x squared minus 17x plus 10. Check. So now you understand and see the Xbox factoring process. Now go do your homework.